Welcome back all. Welcome back in the next lecture, and in this lecture I'm going to share with you a very good feature inbuilt inside Excel which is known as Excel tables. So how Excel tables can help us in our day-to-day work, that we are going to see in this lecture. So let's start. So students, what is meant by Excel tables? That is the question you must be having in your mind as of now. So let me tell you the simple and theoretical definition of a table. Table means in a rectangular shape area consisting of rows and columns and having some data into it. Understood? Okay, so this is the simplest definition of a table. Table is made up of rows and columns, that we all know. But what is meant by a official Excel table? Okay, so for example, if you see here this is a table. You will call it a table. It has rows and columns. Okay, there are 8 rows and there are 8 columns and number of rows. So this is also a table. Okay, in layman's language or in technical it is also a table. But in Excel's language, or when it comes to work in Excel, this is not a table. This is a range. Okay, this is just a range. Range means the combination of one or more cells. That is called as range. So basically, this is the combination of total 176 cells. Okay, so this is a range of cells. Right? This is not a table. But when it will become table, when you will tell Excel to convert this range into a official table, okay, like this here. So this is official table, and Excel recognize this rectangle now as a table. Okay, now what is the difference between range and table? So the main difference between range and table is range doesn't have any identity, any separate existence in Excel. For example, in this plain range, this cell doesn't have any relationship with this cell. Okay, Excel doesn't know about what is the relationship between these two cells. But on the contrary, in this table, all the cells in this row are related, because this is one record. This is the record number 5 and date 6 December 2016. There is a sales representative name, region, product, color, unit. So this is one sales record. This representative has made a sale of 2 units on this date. So this is a record. You will say here also the same data is there. Yes, the same data is there, but that Excel doesn't know. Excel doesn't know that this is the same data, or this data is related, this row, all the values in this row related to one record. Excel doesn't know this. To tell Excel that this is the same record, you need to convert this range into a table. Okay, this is the main difference. So table has a separate identity. For example, if you go to your table, you will get this table design tab here. Okay, if you click outside, the tab will disappear. Understood? So in this table design tab, you will find that this table has name, table name, sales table. Okay, sales table. Table has the name. But in case of plain data, there is no such name and there is no such identity. There is no such identification for this range. Understood? So this is the main difference between range and table. Okay. Another one is, in case of normal range, suppose you want to take a sum total of this column, revenue column. Then what formula you will use? Sum of I4 to I24, because you need to give the sum range. So your sum range is I4 to I24. Now, and similarly, if you want to create a pivot table out of this, then what you will do, this I have already created a pivot table, and you will give the pivot table area like this. Okay, this is your pivot table area. Okay, table range. Select a table or range. So here you have only range, so you have selected range. B3 to I24 is your range. That is your input area for your data source, pivot table data source. Now if you add a row below, suppose I am adding a row below 22 number 5th July 16 and just to save time I'm just copying from above. Okay, but it didn't update here. Your sum total is still referring to the earlier cell. Okay, it will not update automatically. You need to manually extend it. Understood? Plus your pivot table will also show. If I'm pressing refresh, it will not update. It will not add these two units. It will just show the earlier 48. Okay. So to do that, you need to again go to pivot table, go to change source data and extend it one row below. And this will keep on happening as you insert new rows here. But that is not the case in case of a table, because I'll tell you why. See, because here the formula is sum. Yes, we are using sum, but we are not using any cell references here. Instead of that, we are using table name. See, this sales table is a table name and revenue is a column name. Okay, so now whole column is under purview or under your sum function. So how many rows you will insert in this column? Every row, each and every row will be included in your sum function. You want to try? I'll just go here and press tab, so it will include the one more row to 22. Sorry, it is a number, so I need to. Okay, then date I'll put the same date which I put in the another example, 5th July, and I'll just copy this from above. See, 1525, instantly it got updated here. It has not updated here, but I just need to press refresh here. I don't have to change the data source. See, 50. I don't need to go to here and then change the data source, because here now there is no data range. Here the table name is mentioned, sales table. So all the rows and all the columns in this table are part of your pivot table data source. You don't have to change your range as you add columns or rows. Okay, so this is the difference between your range and table. Now since we understand what is the difference between a range and a table, we will see some of the characteristics of a table. So your table will always have headers. See, these are the headers. Serial number 1, 2, 3. Serial number 1, 2, 3, then date. So all the headings or all the names of your columns are called as fields. What it is called? Field. All the columns are called fields, and all the rows in your table are called records. See, this is one record. This record belongs to, this is one transaction. All the entries in this row belong to one transaction. Ramakrishna sold 2 units of rainbow colored buds product in South region on 6th December 2016 for rupees 66,000. So this is one transaction, one record. And all these are fields: serial number, date, sales representative, region, product, color, units, revenue. These are fields and rows are called records. Understood? Then every table has a unique name. Like this table has sales table name. This name you can change. You can give this another name. Whenever you insert a table in your Excel, Excel will give it some default name like table 1, table 2, 3, 4 and so on. But you can always go there and change it according to your need. And it is always advisable to give some meaningful name to your tables, because when you have multiple tables in your Excel file, then it is very hard to know in which table which data is stored. So suppose this is a sales table, another table may be inventory table, customer table, product table, anything, any table may be there. So if you give some meaningful names, then it will help you only to identify in which table what data is stored. Okay, so each table has unique name. Then one more important thing about tables is, if you add a formula in your table which is called as calculated column. Suppose I am adding one column here called sales per unit. Okay, sales per unit means total revenue divided by units. If I type a formula here, 20,000 divided by unit. See, now it is not taking like I4 divided by H4. It is what it is taking is @ means a single value in that column, divided by units. So now if I press enter, this formula will automatically get populated to the last row of a table. See, I'm just putting enter and boom, formula got copied. So it is auto update of formulas. And whenever you add any new row to this table, this formula will be applied to that new row. Understood? So this is very good feature. You don't have to type your formula and then copy paste everywhere. So this is another feature or another characteristics of your table. Then you get, whenever you are inside your table, you have clicked inside your table, you get this table design or table tool. In some earlier versions of Excel, it was called as table tools. Now I'm using Microsoft 365 version of Excel. So here I'm getting the tab called table design, but the name of the tab doesn't matter. What is important is what is there inside this tab. So I'm just clicking this tab, table design. So in this tab you get different options here. See, firstly you will get the name of the table, then resize table. For example, if you want to increase your size of the table, you want to include some more columns or some one rows, then you can press on resize table and it will give you option to change the row, change the area. So you can just increase this like this, okay, but we don't have to do that now. Then you get summarize with pivot table, means you will get the new pivot table will get inserted. Then remove duplicates, it's just like you do remove duplicates in normal range. Convert to range means if you want to convert this table again back to range. So I will come back to this feature at the end of this video. Then insert slicer, this I'm going to tell you in detail. Then export means you can export this table. You can export this table to your SharePoint list or Power BI or any other online service. Okay, you can export this. Then refresh means if there are some links to this table. For example, the data is coming from another worksheet. Then if you press refresh, then it will all the data will get refreshed. Okay, then there are some properties. Unlink. Unlink means if just like we saw that if data is coming from another worksheet, then you can just unlink it or break the links. Then open in browser. This is for Office 365, Microsoft Office 365 subscribers. Then you have header row. If you want header row, you can put it. Otherwise, you can remove it. See, header row went disappeared. Then if you would see, there is a total row here. So if you don't want total row, you can remove the total row. Then banded rows. Banded rows means this alternative coloring. So you can remove that also. Then first column. So if you click this, your first column will be bold. Then last column bold. Banded columns, just like banded rows, you can have banded columns also like this. And filter button, whether you want this filter button or not. Okay, these are the options available to you. Then you have different table styles. You can very quickly format your table by applying predefined table styles. In case of plain text, so see, this is a plain text now, plain range. You need to select it, then border, color, fill, font, everything you need to do manually. But in case of table, you can do it by just clicking on selecting any table styles from here. See, there are a lot of table styles available. You can just format your table by the click of a button, click of a mouse. See, this is so useful and so time saving. This is very time saving. Understood, students? So these are the characteristics of table which save your time and which will help you to complete your work in very less time. Because see, you save time on updating your formulas, then you save time on updating your pivot tables. Understood? One more important feature of the table is, suppose in your normal plain text, you see now your headers are visible, but if you scroll down, the headers will go. Okay, you cannot see the headers. But in case of table, if you are inside a table, you have selected any cell inside your table, and now if you scroll, just pay attention, my dear friends, just pay attention. Now you can see the headers of the table, and above that there are headers of your columns A, B, C, D. But as you scroll up, see, the table headers became your column headers, serial number, date, sales representative. So now you can scroll anywhere till there can be thousands of rows in your table, thousands or lakhs of rows in your table. If you scroll down, then your table headers will become column headers. So you can always see the headers of your table. This is so amazing, means I like this feature very much. See now ABCD and now sales region, product, color. Okay, so this is very good feature. Again, one more feature of your pivot, one more feature of your Excel tables. Understood? Then another very good feature is that while working with tables, you don't have to use cell references. You use structured references. For example, equal to sum of, now I want to make sum of these sales per unit column now. Okay, just like we did here revenue. So you can just type your table name. Just type sale. You know you have table called sales table. So select sale table and then under square bracket you select the column. Column is sales per unit, and just close the column and close your parenthesis. Okay, this is the total of your sales per unit column. And now here you don't have to apply any freezing, that is fixed cell reference. You don't have to put any dollar sign here. You can copy this formula from here, anywhere, but the total will always be same. But this is not in case of plain data. In plain data, everyone knows that you need to apply absolute cell references. If I do like this, sum of the revenue column, and then if I copy this here, then my range will change. You know, no? I need to apply dollar here. I need to apply dollar. But in case of table, you don't need to apply dollar. You directly apply table name and column name. So this is called structured references. In normal case, we use cell references. Here we use structured references in case of tables. Then if you want to expand your table, then you can do from here also, from table design, resize table, or you can just do like this also. If you go to the lower side, right hand side corner at the bottom, you can just select your table like this and expand the table, and below also. Okay, this is so easy. I'm just pressing Ctrl Z to go back. Understood? Then we saw custom table styles already. Then if you want to delete, add row to the table, you can insert row in between here also. Just select the row, right click, insert table rows above. Okay, so the row will get inserted. Understood? Ctrl Z. If you want to insert a column, then just you can click anywhere, insert table columns to the left. See, the column got inserted. Like this, you can easily insert or delete column. If you want to delete row, just select, right click, delete table rows or table columns. If you select table columns, then all the columns will get deleted. Okay, so this is very easy. And if you go to your last cell, and press tab, then new row will be inserted. Okay, and if you are anywhere in between your table and you press tab, then it will go add, and when you reach to the last column and then you press tab, then it will go again to the first cell of the next row. But this is not the case in your plain data. In your plain range, it will keep on going, tab. Okay, but in table, it will go to the next row. Understood? Then again, if you want to select entire table, then you can just go to here. See, if you want to select entire row, then you can move your mouse to the edge of your left side edge of your row and click. So entire row will get selected. If you want to select the whole column, then you can go to the upper top edge of your column and select. So entire column will get selected. And if you want to select entire table, then you can go to this corner, left hand side top corner, and this cross arrow will come. This tilted arrow will come. and if you select, whole table will get selected. Okay, so this is very easy to select, add, delete or select rows and column, or select entire table. Okay, one more very important advantage of table I will tell you. Suppose you have two ranges. Okay, this is one table, or I'll show you here. I'll show you here, so it will be more clear to you. I'll just insert some columns here. Insert some columns. Insert. Now you have, suppose you have another data. I'm just copying from here to show you the example. See, this is one data, and suppose this is two rows below here. And now you want a filter here and you want a filter here. Okay, but in worksheet you cannot apply two different filters. If you apply filter here, data, filter, then you cannot apply filter here. You cannot filter apply another filter on this range. If you go to filter, this filter will go, and then you again apply filter here. But suppose if you convert this data into table, for example, we have done like here. Now this is our table, and suppose I have another range here, just like we did in case of plain range. I'm just copying from here to here. So this is my another range, and this is my table. There is already a filter applied to this table. Now if I want to apply that filter here, I can do that. See, go to table and filter. See, I have my filter here also, and I have my filter here also, because this was converted to table. If you have multiple tables on your worksheet, then each table will have its own filter. But the only problem with this is, if your tables are horizontally aligned, like these two tables are horizontally aligned, means this is at the side of this table, then the rows will get hidden. Like I'm selecting this 2, then all these rows from this table will also get hidden. Okay, so the solution on that is, you put this at the bottom here. If you put this at the bottom, suppose I'm just Control X and Control V, then if you apply filter here, then it will not affect your upper table. Okay, so this is another benefit, that you can apply multiple filters in same worksheet on multiple tables. Okay, and the last but not the least and very important feature of table is that you can apply slicers on your table. See, filters are already there. You can just filter on region like this, east, and the total will be also be of east. Okay, I'm just deleting this table. The total is this total is only for east. Okay, and if you select, so for example, I'm just selecting all, and from product I'm selecting, say, buds. Okay, so now this is only buds, and this total is only for buds, because this is a subtotal. Okay, but for just like pivot tables, for normal Excel tables also you can apply slicer. How? Go to table design and push the button insert slicer. See, you will get all the list of all the fields. You can select, for example, I'll select region and product, and okay. Okay, so your slicer got inserted, and as you select the buttons on your slicers, east, see, now east is selected, north, south, west. Understood? If you select, if you want to select more than one item, then press Control and select east, north, west, like this. Then Ayana, black pearl, birds. So this is so beautiful. Means if you want to create your file or present your file to someone, and you want to impress him or her, then you can use slicers instead of normal filters. In this case, you can just remove this filter button. I will just remove this filter button, and you can apply filter from here like this. Understood, friends? So this is very good feature of tables. You can apply slicers. So I'm just deleting these slicers, and by coming here, I'll just again put the filter button and select all, and on product also select all. Okay, so this is the slicer is the best feature attached to your Excel tables, and you can use this in your when you are going to present your file to the senior management or your boss. Okay, friends. Now I'll show you the last feature of Excel tables, which is nothing but the total row. So this is the total row here. This is the total row. You can just switch on or off your total row. Go to table design and remove total row or bring it back. And here you get lot of options. For example, sales per unit. Now this is the per unit sales. So obviously I don't want the sum total of this at the bottom. I want average. So I can select from the drop down. See, there is a drop down. I can select average. So my average per unit sale price is 32,000 rupees. Okay, 32,030 rupees. Similarly, I can have count also. For example, color. So here I will get count. So there are 22 entries here. Here it is also, here also count is selected, I guess. Yes, here is also count is selected. You can select count numbers also. Then you have other statistical operations also. You have standard deviation, variance, mean, max, everything. Okay, just like you get option in your pivot tables. So you have that option in your tables. So you can easily put your total row. You don't have to like this. You don't have to put the total like this. And whenever you insert the row, suppose you insert row here, then this again you need to extend the range of this sum formula. Okay, but in case of your tables, that is not the case. This is your total row. If you insert a new row here, then whatever value is there, it is already part of your table. Understood? So this is the last feature which was pending from my side, total row. And now I showed you everything, how to interact with table, how to put slicer, how to change style. But the basic question is how to convert your range into table. So that I will show you now. And going to this practice sheet. So this is your range. So what you need to do is you can select whole range or you can select any cell inside your range. The only rule is there should not be any blank row, completely blank row and completely blank column inside your range. Okay, otherwise your table will not get created correctly. Now select any cell in your range and go to insert and select table. Okay, now this create table dialog box will appear. So here your range is already selected. You can just check whether Excel has correctly guessed your total data range. If it has not guessed correctly, then you can just change this. You can include any missing columns or rows like this. Otherwise, just keep it like that. And then you need to check this box. If your range is already having the column headings, see serial number, date, we already have columns. So then this checkbox should be ticked. My table has headers. So the table which will get generated from this will have the first row will be treated as headers. I'm just pressing OK. So this got converted into table. If you go to table design, see table 1. So Excel has given a default name table 1. If you insert another table, then Excel will give it a name as table 2, then table 3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay. I'm just pressing Control Z or undo. I will show you what will happen if you don't tick this check mark. Okay, if you don't select this option. I'm just deselecting it and pressing OK. See, now what happened is Excel gave default names to the column headers, column 1, 2, 3, 4, and the first row is also treated as record now. Okay, so this mistake can happen with you also. So if your if your range is already having a header, so just tick that column. I'm just pressing Ctrl Z. Again, I'm going to insert. Okay, now this time I'm not going to insert. I'm going to use keyboard shortcut. So keyboard shortcut to insert table is Ctrl T. Ctrl T. So I press Ctrl T, and now same dialog box has appeared. I'm pressing OK, and my table has inserted. Now I can go to table design and just go to here and give the name, sales table, but now it will not accept this name because there is already a table. If I press enter, this name already exists. Name should be unique. Each table should have unique name. So I need to go here, sales underscore table 2. Now this name is unique. Okay. So now I have shown you what I have told you what is table, how to use it, how to work with it, how to make use of it, how to create it. Now at the last I'll tell you, if you don't want your range to be a table, then you can easily convert it back to the range. For example, this is a table. Now I'm clicking inside, this table design box is appearing. Now you don't want this as a table, you want this as a normal range. Why? For whatever reason, if you don't want this as a table, then it's very simple. Just go to your table design and select this option, convert to range, and it will again get converted to the range. See, do you want to convert the table to a normal range? Yes. What happened? You will say nothing has happened, everything looks same, just filter button went off. But no guys, the formatting remained same, but it is no more a range, it is no more a table now. See, the table design tab is not appearing. I'm clicking outside, I'm clicking inside. So when you convert your table to the range, the formatting will remain same, but it will be no longer a table. Okay, it will be a normal range. Now you can remove this formatting. Let's go to clear formats. You can remove the formatting and work with it as a normal range. Understood? So this was all about Excel tables. You can use it in your work, and if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay guys, please use this and share your experience with us. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.